Hello everyone. Recently, after China's Double 11 discount season ended, many sellers have been complaining online. The quality of buyers on the internet really gets worse every year. Because personal information protection is getting stricter, phone numbers and addresses are all virtual now, which leads to people acting recklessly, taking advantage of loopholes, and starting to squeeze benefits online. For example, some people can refund items they've used for 1 or 2 years, treating sellers like complete suckers. In the past, people at least cared about saving face, but now they don't care about anything at all. Let's take a look together and open our eyes.
我1年半之前买的苹果15，我现在想退了，把钱全都退回来，我买苹果17，这样我就可以一辈子都用苹果的最新款了，行吗？说话呀。
先生这边建议咱先进行一个售后驳回流程。
我问你的问题你没理解吗？你那个售后驳回流程我已经知道了，你们已经同意人家买家去退货，那买家退了货，要是款人家收不到，你也不可能同意，所以你就是打算把我这个钱拿走了。我问的是，别人这样对我，1年半之前的货寄回来给我，我能不能1年半之前买的苹果15我退回去，全额退给我，然后我现在买苹果17用，可以吗？
先生建议您咨询咱相关业务的问题。
我前年买的羽绒服现在穿了旧了坏了破了，我不想要了，退回去，全额给我退款，可以吗？
先生建议您咨询一下咱业务问题。
这不就是业务问题吗？别人这样对我可以，我可不可以这样对别人？你们拼多多究竟是在造就什么样的一个社会，什么样的风气？1年半的东西还能退货，用了1年半的东西能退货，搞笑不搞笑？我1年半前买的那个臭袜子现在已经磨烂了，我能不能寄回去？你给我退款行不行？
先生建议咱这里订单进行一个正常的售后驳回流程先生。
我就说为什么你能同意1年半之前的东西还能给我退货？我1年半前买的裤衩子现在磨了几个洞，能不能给你退回去？
先生这边建议咱咨询业务相关。
我们这个小区有一个20多岁的小姑娘，从网上买了件貂皮大衣，结果一报废了，给我退回来，还死不承认。我念一下手机号是谁给我报上名。
退回来之后，衣服就是嘎嘣硬，跟塑料一样，没有办法卖了。给他打了微信，给他打电话，他都不接，一直咬定。我给他寄的就是这样，然后我就报警了，就死活不见面，那没有办法了，对吧？然后就去找他，我就觉得这种现象是属于零容忍的。现在我就是要起诉他的，就是说不计任何成本，这个事情我追究到底。
貂皮大衣被买家水洗之后恶意退货的后续来了。
The incident where a buyer maliciously returned a mink coat after water washing it has now received a new update. You should still remember, right? A woman previously spent nearly 2,000 yuan on a mink coat, then washed it at home, causing deformation, shrinkage, and damage, and afterward requested a return, which drew huge attention. To demand an explanation, the seller even drove 300 kilometers to the buyer's neighborhood, using a loudspeaker to publicly defend their rights. You need to understand, just the round trip of 300 kilometers, plus the time cost, likely already exceeded the value of the coat itself. Yet according to media reports, even with the seller showing up, the buyer still refused to appear and refused to communicate. The seller said, "I can't swallow this. It's not about the money, but this kind of behavior must pay a price." Therefore, the seller has officially filed a civil lawsuit against the woman. To be honest, this case shows that once some consumers insist on exploiting the loophole of 7-day no-reason return, sellers face great difficulty defending their rights. The cost and effort you put in usually don't match the outcome you can actually get. And because things like this keep happening, remember the previous hot topic of women's clothing tags made as big as A4 paper? Even CCTV commented on it, saying that the return rate in the women's clothing industry remains at 50% to 60%, and on e-commerce platforms it's even more exaggerated, reaching 70% to 80%. What does this mean? It means for every 10 pieces of clothing sold, 7 to 8 pieces must be returned. If among those 7 or 8 pieces, a few are washed, damaged, stained with sweat or foundation like this case, making them unsellable, the seller's losses are unimaginable. If this continues, The clothing tags might need to be even larger than A4 just to maintain normal operations.
Besides the earlier trick, another seller's video about returns has gone viral. Let's take a look at this seller explaining some of the new tricks buyers use to exploit the system. It's truly impossible to guard against.
我操，你们现在是真牛逼啊！这脑子是玩的越来越花花了。本来这个视频我不想发了啊，因为我怕有些人跟着学坏了。但是呢，这个事儿又涉及到同行还有快递员的一个利益问题，所以说我把这个还是发出来吧，大家尽量避免。事情的经过是这样的啊，跟大家说一下，这是云南的张女士，她在我们家买了一个羽绒服，是998的这个，然后她那天申请了退货，但是她这个账号上面显示体验分不计入，就说明她之前做过违规的事情，就在平台上面有记录了，平台给他的一个标签。一般有这种体验分不计入的，我们会备注上他退回来的东西我们要仔细检查。但是呢，我们今天售后人员处理他这个售后的时候发现，哎，快递签收了，显示签收了，但是没有他这个包裹。然后我们就联系快递员，说这个件在哪儿呢？然后快递员说这个件不是我们的，我们就有点纳闷了啊，问为什么不是我们的？他说这个收件人不是我们的名字，也不是我们的电话，是这个叫张女士的。这个张女士呢，也就是当时买这个羽绒服的这个人，她退货的物流信息的名字和电话留的是自己的，然后地址是留的我们的。然后呢，快递员就给这个张女士打了一个电话。然后大家可以听一下啊，这是快递员录音了，幸好快递员录音了。
风快递来电。
喂，你好，是丰的当街快递新区的。
是手机壳吗？
对，你在底商哪里？
嗯。
你在哪个底商？
是在跟我说话吗？
对对对。
啊，你帮我做一下签收，然后扔掉就好了。
哦，还有个手机壳呢，还有一个。
啊，对，就是这个，你帮我做一下签收，扔掉就好了。
哦，行，好嘞。
嗯，好，拜拜。
好的，好的。
听见了吧？这个人说，你帮我把这个快件签收，然后里边是个手机壳，直接扔掉就可以了。这一波操作真的很牛逼啊！为什么说他牛逼呢？因为他留的电话是自己的，姓名留的也是自己的，快递员会跟他联系，他就会让快递员做签收，只要他这边签收，我们小店这边他的物流信息就会显示签收，我们连拒收的权利都没有，因为这个电话和名字留的是他自己的。所以说这个件啊，如果说我们今天反应慢的话，没有去找这个快递员，快递员将会承担这个包裹的损失。因为他听了这个人的话，他如果把这个快递给扔掉了，到时候找不到这个件了，怎么办？我们这边肯定是不会给他退款的，因为我们这边属实是没有收到这个件，我们会去找快递员，快递员到时候还会去找这个件，找这个件呢，他发现哎已经是上当被骗了，他再去联系这个张女士的话，你们觉得这个张女士还会接他电话吗？肯定不会。所以说这件事情啊，最终的受害者肯定是快递员。所以说啊，无论是我们服装的同行还是快递员，一定要谨慎啊，你们要注意一下。因为这个事儿我也是第一次碰见啊，属实是有点玩的有点复杂了，真的是太牛逼了啊！我们现在已经把他这个快递退货物流快递已经做了一个拒绝。所以说呢，等待平台处理结果吧。这个云南的这个张女士真的这波操作啊，真的是属实是有点那什么了。咱们尽量不要去学她啊，不要学这个不好的事情。
It's basically that she swapped the item, sent back garbage, and got the down jacket for free. She wrote herself as the recipient, the courier signed for it, and the platform marked it as seller received. The money was refunded to her immediately. In the end, it wasn't her dealing with the mess, but the courier and the seller. The saddest part is that the courier followed every rule and even had the recording, yet still had to take the blame. That's why I say people's morals are really deteriorating now. There have always been bad people, but now it's exploding on a large scale. I understand making money is hard, but as the saying goes, a gentleman loves wealth but earns it properly. If everyone wants to make money by exploiting loopholes, the ones who get hurt will always be the honest people. Look at China's couriers, food delivery riders, and ride-hail drivers. They earn just a few mao for each delivery, and the stations even take a cut. How perfect of a service can you expect? Put yourself in their shoes and don't make things harder for them. But why are these incidents happening more and more? Honestly, it's because people are financially struggling. If you manage to exploit the system, it's seen as gaining a benefit. If you fail, there's no consequence. In real life, robbing a bank, even attempted robbery, would put you in jail, but online zero-cost shopping has no punishment at all. Many e-commerce sellers say, in the past, 1 out of 10 buyers were freeloaders. Now it's 3 out of 10, because when times are tough, dignity and pride become the least valuable things. To solve this problem, laws must keep up, and more importantly, the economy must truly improve. What do you think about this? Feel free to share your opinion in the comments. See you next time.